So, dear viewer, this is the Children Ministry and the Youth Department that is here at Mr. and Mrs. Nendaro's place. We're in the process of preparing a cake that we will eat come this Sabbath during the induction. And here you can see the teachers in the department and some instructors here. So we are busy. As you can see here, Edith the Moody is busy. What are you doing, Edith?
Running this thing.
Yeah.
I'm studying.
You are?
I'm studying sugar and blue band.
What mixture is this?
A mixture of sugar and blue band.
Blue band.
Yeah.
So what will it be used for? Hapo ndio kizungu mkuti inaingiaga. But we also have Nelsa here who is washing some sufurias here. And a whole team, there's a guy here called Ithai, he's busy eating some popcorns. We'll come back to him later. So meanwhile, watu wanakula popcorns. Nipatie kidogo hapo. This is how generous Aganda is. Anyway, let me just eat and ngoja kidogo. So, dear viewer, that is Dorothy anakataa kulipa popcorns, but we understand she loves them so much and that's why she cannot keep. Umedrop hiyo bakuli yote? It's sweet anyway. So, here we have a gift. Agnes will explain to us what's happening here and explain to us the process of baking this cake from step 1 up to the last step, at least of what we have already begun. So you can explain to us what is the process.
We are cooking. We are baking. Cooking.
Baking. Yes.
Oh yeah, we are baking a cake.
Yes.
We are baking a cake. So we are baking a cake actually. We started with 1 kg. We want to try and see if it's okay. 1 kg of unga. Yeah, so we think it's okay. It's come we think 1.25 kg of cake. Yeah, we are expecting. So these ladies are so cooperative.
Yes.
So they are.
Yes, it's very
But they are so cooperative when they hear that they've been complimented.
Yes.
Yeah. So we are almost done actually. Now the thing is just to mix the eggs and make the batter and then.
No, we'll get to that step. But meanwhile, I'm really looking for the part that is the part for testing. But meanwhile, you can explain to us what are the ingredients for making this cake. What are the ingredients that we have right now for this cake?
Okay, the ingredients we have flour, 1 kg of flour, and we had 5 eggs. We had a cup of milk, and then we had a glass of sugar. We had a teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and then we will flavor it. We will use strawberry essence, and we will use also vanilla. We will use food colors to make it more appealing. Yeah. So that is what we will be using actually. Okay. Yes.
So how big is the cake that we can expect? How many people can it feed?
Can it feed?
Just
okay, it depends with the like with the piece, with the amount. I mean, with the size of a piece, it can feed so many people, up to even 500 people, so long as they just take a little piece. But if they take a bigger piece, so it can feed 10 of you guys, like you.
I just want to be cautious. So that if it is going to feed 500 people, I just be the first one, so that in case the 500 person misses, I'll be safe as the first one. Meanwhile, the process continues. Anything else you want to tell us about this cake?
Okay, you know the problem is that you cannot taste the cake before it goes to other people. We'll just have to cut it where everybody is.
Definitely.
So it cannot be eaten before the actual.
No problem. The thing is, I'm in the kitchen. You can do some sampling.
Some sampling?
Yes.
Okay, unless when the ingredients are good enough for all we want, then we can make a cake for just tasting, so that you can just kill your curiosity.
finally, during the whole process of preparing this cake has been women power, and this team is now concerned because we now have manpower. We don't know what Ouko is going to prepare for us because mwanaume na keki atukamini sana. So dear viewer, we are here with the food colors that we're going to be using during the baking of the cake, and Idai here is really confused about these colors. I don't know that he can be sure of these colors, which are, for example, which color is this? Not the one at the top, yeah? Which color is this?
Light red.
Light red. So he just said light red, and this is, as you can see, is yellow. No. That is the yellow. No problem. No, it's no problem. It is even labeled on the top. What else do you want? That is, what color is this? You don't read.
This color blue.
This color blue. And which color is this?
A shade of brown.
This is actually chocolate. This is actually chocolate. He said that is a shade of brown. Oh my goodness. But anyway, let's hear from the expert. So again, what color of food color is that you're holding?
Okay, I'll just have to look.
Yeah.
Chocolate.
Okay. At least you got it right. So Idai,
Chocolate is a shade of brown.
congratulations for failing. Thank you so much. Please, may you explain to us what's responsible for that color change?
So we used vanilla essence in both of them, and then right here we added chocolate food color, and there that is a blue food color. Yeah. So it's almost ready, and we have already made a line into our baking tin. This is what we'll use for the cake. So we'll just sprinkle a little bit of flour, and then we're good to go. Pour it in here, and then it will be done.
No, these are two different colors. How will they all be one cake?
So it is just one cake. So we are making layers.
You will explain to us what's happening here. Of course, this understand is a cake that is being baked here, but it is using the traditional jiko, the one we used to kutumia makaa ya chako. So she'll tell us how this is working out.
Alright, so here we used a jiko, just a normal jiko, and then we used charcoal. We lit the jiko. In this sufuria, this big one here, we added sand, like fine sand.
Sand, okay.
Yeah, fine sand. And then inside we have a baking tin which has our butter, so it's cooking. Okay. And then on top we added hot charcoal. Okay, on top of that lid there is hot charcoal. Okay, the lower part of the heat, it makes it cook like on the lower part, but this one, it facilitates cooking of the cake on the top side.
So why do you have sand in the biggest area that is covering the baking tin?
Okay, the actually for the sun is to just be a barrier between the direct heat and the tin that has the cake inside, because if there is direct heat from the jiko to that tin, the cake will not even cook because it will get burnt before it reaches the maximum.
I understand that the oven had to first be preheated before we could put the baking tin inside there for the cake to be baked. So now we're here and realize that the sun also used here in the traditional jiko was also preheated before the baking tin was put inside there for the baking of the cake. So we want to understand why do we have to preheat these sources of heat?
Okay, the reason as to why we preheat before we preheat our oven or our source of heat before we bake is because we do a lining before we put our butter in, like in the baking tin. We put margarine and then just sprinkle a little bit of flour so that to make sure that when our cake is cooked, it will not stick in there. Okay, so when we put our butter in to cook, if we do not preheat, then before the oven heats up, our lining, the butter that we used to it's the butter that we used to line our tin will definitely melt.
Yes.
And it won't help us, it won't help the cake after it has cooked, so it will just get burnt.
So maybe a question, what is the essence of this lining? Because this lining we are seeing on the baking tin is composed of the margarine and also the baking tin.
A little bit of flour.
Yeah. What's the essence of that lining?
So it prevents the cake from sticking to the tin.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So it should melt as the cake.
Yeah. Yes.
Baking.
It should melt. It should melt as the cake is cooking.
Yes, but not before.
Yeah. It should not melt before.
All right. So how different will this cake be from the one that has been baked from the oven?
There's no difference.
No difference.
Yeah, I've ever baked before, and there is no difference. It's just the same thing. The importance of the oven to this one is that okay, the oven is it's convenient. You see, it doesn't need lighting up of the jiko. It doesn't need collecting the sun. You see, you just make your batter and then preheat the oven and then you're good. Nimeweka heat mob. Instead of 180, I put around 200. Hii mambo ya kuharakisha ndo.
It has been an awesome day. It has been a very, very nice day. Maybe Edith can tell us how the day has been.
It has been a good day. I've enjoyed this time. It's been so educative.
Yes.
Learning to cook this awesome cakes has been awesome. And we hope that people will be coming for certain occasions so I can learn how to do these things. We see it in my work.
Yes,
You can learn how to do that. Thank you.
It's surprising how people have vast knowledge of such things in their minds, and they're still in campus.
Yes.
Most of the people who know these things are earning some good money from the work, but I like it. Doing this for God is quite a blessing.
The day has been nice. I have learned a lot. I did so many things. I'm sure this will be a milestone in the years to come. I'm happy.
So dear viewer, we have been here since morning and it's finally at night, and here we have a very beautifully decorated cake here, and as you can see it's written Adventure Club here, and of course this is for this coming Sabbath where we'll be having induction. Our brother called George Ouko, the commander, one of the commanders in our church, is here designing, still writing something, some nice calligraphic writing on this cake. This cake, I tell you, is going to be sweet. Even the words there on top can tell you how sweet it's going to be. We're waiting to see the end product of what our brother Ouko here is doing. So we have this one. We have a cake here that is for Adventure Club, and also we have here that's written parents. So I have a question to Agnes.
Yes, sir.
Do we have does it mean that this cake belongs to adventurers only, or what?
Okay. It doesn't really mean that it belongs to them, but I mean it's a good way of appreciating their good work. Like in the youth ministry, we have Adventurer Club, Pathfinder. Most of the people, the children lie in there. And then about the Musda parents, we want to appreciate our parents because they are the owners actually of those kids. Without them bringing them to church, you wouldn't have these clubs. Yeah, so it's just a way of appreciating them. And actually everybody will have to taste the cake.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Ouko, what are you doing right now?
I'm just finger-fingering.
What are you fingering? So what is inside that paper?
Yeah, we have the icing sugar, and I'm using it to ice just as the others.
You have the icing sugar.
Yeah.
Using it for?
To decorate.
Okay, to decorate the cake.
It has the food color inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's keep the road running.
This time around it's a green one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. But I'm holding a very beautiful cake here, and that's love beautiful and being held here. But a beautiful leader.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.